Everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of Mindset Check. Today we have two special guests, Trent and Mike Cady. They are exceptional entrepreneurs and real estate agents here in San Diego, and really cool guys. Somebody you can really start up a conversation with really easily, and wanted them to come on the show and share some of their success and kind of how they create their success in the day, and how they navigate through challenging times. So Mike and Trent, thank you guys so much for being on today.
Thank you for having us.
So you guys are father-son team, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, there's a lot of I think there's a lot of amazing synergy that can happen when you have a father-son duo. Talk to me about, if you guys could, real quick, how did that start? And then we'll go into mindset. I just want to give everybody just a quick little summary about how all that started, how you guys got to working together.
How you doing, Mike Cady? Got a 30 years background here in Del Mar, selling real estate, developing, and property management. And over the years, Trent was a natural by just living it and absorbing all the conversations that, I'm always on the phone everywhere we go, vacations, anything. And as he graduated from Boulder, he worked in the mortgage industry for a few years, and then, kind of realized that he had a shoe in kind of working with me based on sign recognition and name recognition that, and it really helped me out immensely that, because I couldn't do everything, that he's been with me now, 3 years? 4 years. And our business has grown, and, I think we've diversified in a way that we've been able to kind of get more into some newer buyers, younger buyers, more social media marketing and stuff that, I wasn't doing because I'm an old man and I was just more used to the pagers and fax machine type business. And, it really kind of brought a whole new aggressive approach to our business that really has, been amazing.
I checked out your social media this morning. Actually, you guys got a ton of sold listings. I saw on your stories. You guys are doing pretty good then.
Yeah, we average over 50 million a year. Like I say, 30 years of doing it. It's just kind of nice that I can kind of depend on Trent when I'm out of town or he's out of town. You got somebody who's family that it's not trying to rip you off or anything like that. That's just looking out for your best interest. Because at the end of the day, we're very client oriented, and I know everybody says that. But, my motto is I'd rather make nothing than have an unhappy client. So, that's just the way we roll, and it's just been really good to us. And, we've been very blessed.
Hey Trent, how was it growing up, seeing your dad in the business? I know that it could scare some people away, right? The business, you're kind of on 24/7. You're really putting in a lot of sweat equity before you even get paid. What was that like growing up watching your dad do it?
Yeah, totally. I mean, yeah, it is. I mean, I think a lot of people, what you don't see is, everyone thinks like, oh yeah, you do real estate, cool. You get to work 2 hours a day and make your own schedule and do whatever you want. Well, I mean, we're available 12 plus hours a day. I mean, every Saturday, Sunday we're working and seeing, but I do think it's nice to be able to, move your meetings around kids' soccer events and baseball things. So it was cool. I mean, my whole family was always at all of me and all my brothers' events, the important stuff. But at the same time, being available and, doing the best for your clients, takes priority too. So it was great. I mean, it was cool. And I definitely think it suited my lifestyle and my personality a lot more than the loan side did. But the loan side was invaluable training.
All right, so let's talk about you guys. When I first met you, you give off this real like approachable, laid back, confident vibe. Is that correct? I mean, did I read you guys well, or what?
Yeah, I believe that's pretty true. I mean, what you see is what you get. We're not, how do I say, any better than anybody else or anything. And, we're pretty humble. And I think that kind of be seen once you met us and talk to us a little bit and see how we live. And I'm known for wearing flip-flops to work. And, I don't try to over-impress where, it's not needed.
Right. And then you have some, some hobbies, right, in the motocross world?
Yes, I grew up racing motocross professionally till I was 18 years old, and then kind of got out of it once I started realizing we were going too fast and getting hurt.
So can you talk to me about the anything that's crossed over for you, motocross, like anything that you've, the way
Yeah,
you approach the race versus the way maybe you approach your day?
raising three boys, they were all in team sports, and even myself being in team sports. And in motocross, you're individually driven, like in tennis or golf or anything. You have to put in the practice. You had to do the work to stay athletically fit because it's very demanding athletically. And so it kept me out of a lot of trouble, and being preoccupied because I was either riding or training and getting ready to travel to different races around the country. And it just set an early precedence for really waking up and being responsible for a daily plan. And even to this day, I mean, I wake up. I mean, nobody tells me to go to work other than my wife, but it's kind of, I wake up and I get dressed up and we go to work. Next thing I know, it's 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon and we're wiped out and we've been busy all day and we got a ton of stuff to do the next day. So I think it's just, started at a young age to be, self-motivated and driven. And, I wanted to be good. I made it to the pro ranks. And when you get up to that level, I mean, there's just, like I say, so much competition that, it becomes a thing that, money and health and there's just a lot of things that come into effect at that point that you have to make a decision if you're going to stay in it and make any money or if you're just going to keep doing it as a hobby and spend lots of money. And, I don't come from, a bunch of wealth that I wanted to put my parents through that. So, you know, things changed.
And now, would you say that work ethic that you described when you were in motocross, like, is that something that you cultivated when you got into it? Is it something that was given to you?
I had an older brother and he rode also. That kind of just drove me to, really getting better and better because, of course, I wanted to beat him.
Hmm.
And, he was, always riding and riding with me and stuff. So it was also kind of our way to hang out. My dad, he was in construction. He was hardworking. Again, simple man. He was in a corporate construction company where they built freeways all around the United States and was very self-driven, hardworking, but wasn't as much independence, I don't think, as like entrepreneurial is what I'm trying to say. Both, Trent and I, and we're trying to not depend on anybody and really be our own men at the end of the day on our own business and really, again, try to have a good reputation because at the end of the day, that's all we have.
Yeah, and you guys talked about, outside the box thinking, and I think that has, been a theme. I mean, you look at what you were doing before, both you guys, and kind of allowing yourself to think outside the box. What's my next stage or what's my next career? Really kind of being open to it. And then also being open to the fact, like you just said, being your own man, being able to not depend on anybody, be very independent. How does that play out in your day to day?
We established a property management company back when the '07, '08 crisis hit, when people couldn't sell their house. Came up with this marketing option to for sale or lease, for sale or lease, for sale or lease. And it kept growing. The leasing side of the business, and the property management company evolved into being quite substantial. And to this day, that created a business stream of buyers who were coming here to rent long or short term that wanted to try it out for a while. And then it also created our own database of clients that, look, I'll sell that house if you can get me X amount of dollars, which kind of what I say is outside of the box is we, have that. Other people have it, but probably not to the level that we do. I'm involved in a lot of investing. I work with 5 or 6, rather wealthy gentlemen that are groups that buy and sell properties through us. So I'm always on the hunt. I have agents now that, they know we're all cash, quick close on properties up to $10 million. I mean, anything that's 2, 3, 5 million bucks, if it makes sense. I mean, for example, there was one listed last week at 6.8 million. We offered them 5 million. 10-day close as is, and we closed it at 5.2. And, that was quite a haircut for, a property here in the village of Del Mar. And when we closed, people were calling me, what happened? How did you get that cheap? I mean, were they just desperate or what? But it was kind of our just, mentality of, really being aggressive, and agents calling us saying, hey, I know your guys got some cash right now. Would you guys be interested in this?
Now, what I love about that is just that when you guys believe, like, at any time you're coming up against a challenge, whether it was back in 07, 08, to even now, it's you guys are thinking outside the box. You're finding solutions, right? Because that's, I don't know where I heard it, but something where an agent is paid to make those hard decisions and to solve problems, right? It's like almost like when you get a call from a client and answering them, helping them through whatever they're going through, or even if it's an investor trying to find a property, or finding the right margins or whatnot, you're seeking solutions, and so you're almost approaching every day, every moment, every challenge with a very solution oriented mindset. Is that correct?
Definitely. I mean, really what we operate off of is true value add, I mean, I think a quote, there's a million agents out there, right? And, can we put you in the car and show you things on market and, say how nice the paint is? Yeah, of course. But, I think where we add true value and differentiate ourselves is, we're showing off market properties. We're bringing in contractors. We're bringing in architects. We're figuring out how to condo map the property, how to do lot splits, how to sell them off individually, and help our clients really build true wealth. We want to be that center of value add for them. We're not the just, hey, hop in the car and, you saw something on Zillow, so let's go see it. Do we do that? Of course. But we try and be true centers of value add for our clients on every level.
I wanted to ask you what advice you would have somebody who maybe is feeling a little deflated in the current market, or maybe who's not, who hasn't had that experience, or who hasn't created that mindset that you guys have, which is think outside the box, find solutions. Solutions are there.
My advice, being obviously newer in the business as well, I'm fortunate to work, with Mike and my dad. But, I think and back to his point of properties sitting on the market, lowball offers, et cetera, sourcing things off market. I mean, I've been putting together several of those deals, and, new agents and, people out there, you can, so many buyers, a good deal, anybody will buy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can figure out how to source that good deal, that's, you can make, you can double end a deal on one side and then negotiate the relist. I mean, that can be 3 deals off one phone call, or one mailer, or one door knock, or, one friend, whatever that may be. So, I think just working hard every day and figuring out how to find a good buyer. I mean, there's a million companies out there, GG Homes, the San Diego Home Buyer. I mean, these are just known companies out there that if you bring them a good deal, they'll write cash, close in 10 days. And it's not a secret. Anybody can do that. I think, but the hard part is just figuring out how to find that property. But, working hard every day, making the calls, doing the stuff that nobody else wants to do, that's how you find it.
That's the secret right there. Yeah, doing what nobody else is doing, and or at least not willing to put in the work to do. I heard somewhere someone say that, like, if you approach today like you are almost to your goal, rather than thinking like it's too far ahead, right? So if it's an agent, they're like, oh, I need to find a house to list or whatever. They feel like that may be, 2 months out or whatever. It can just be one conversation. I think you said that, Trent, too. It's like if you have what, it can be your next conversation that leads to your, to your property, to your deal. So it's about, and then Mike, you said it too, something like that too, with regards to it's a numbers game. So it's like, get out there, put in the work, plant the seeds, water them, and then soon enough you'll see something start to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey guys, well, thank you so much for your time today. You guys are awesome. I definitely would love to have you guys back on and talk a little bit more about the investment side. But really wanted just to kind of dig in and see what your mindset's like. I'm fascinated by understanding how different successful people operate on a daily basis. And so thanks for giving us a little sneak peek, guys, and hope to have you guys back.
Yeah,
Great,
thank you
look
for your
forward
time.
to it.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. All right, Trent, thanks so much. Have a good day.
Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks.